Dennis.
Howdy.
We have gone live.
Say that again.
I said we have gone live.
Oh, cool. I didn't get the announcement yet. Interestingly.
I'm still trying to popping out the chats here. Why does it do that? Man, irritating.
Yeah, so you're not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Let me go to your channel. That usually works. What's your name again?
Let me think.
Oh, yeah, I got it. PhillyDroneLife. There you are. It says you're live. That's crazy. I got no notification at all.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that stuff.
So close the chat so I can share this link. Copy the link. Go to here. Paste it to here at least. And maybe those guys can propagate it as necessary.
Uh-oh. Oh, I see. Okay. You posted it to cool.
Yeah.
Oh. I was watching DroneBum's live stream.
Yep.
And I didn't have my pillow with me.
Oh.
And I swallowed wrong on my coffee.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh my.
Oh yeah. Right? You can imagine. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I don't think I ripped open the sternum, but
oh wow.
It's sure not, it stings a little bit. Good morning, Peter.
Hey Peter, that notification just came, by the way.
Oh, did it? Finally, yeah. Huh?
Good morning, Rodney. Good morning, Dennis. How is everyone?
How are you, sir?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good.
How are you today, sir?
Yeah, pretty good, thank you. Yeah. Well, it's late now. Oh, it's up earlier than usual. It's at 11 p.m. here now. So
there's Dean.
Yeah, good morning, Dean.
Howdy, Dean. Hey, Tony, Tropic.
Hey, Tony. Yeah. So hopefully Matt and Ari will pop in here. If not, we'll have to find somebody else.
Well, we've been live for an hour and a half, Dean. We're just shutting down.
Maybe we can get Dean to join us. How about it, Dean, or Tony, maybe?
Yeah, my notification just turned up too.
Well, we'll wait and see if I sent an email to Ron and Matt and Ari. We'll give it a few minutes and see if they want to. See if they come in. If they don't, then we'll try and get some other people in here.
Yeah, saw Ari was around in the sunrises there earlier.
Yeah, I saw him in there, and I talked to Matt. Good morning, Tiff.
Hey, Tiffany.
I still got to send her an email, but I got to kind of wait because of my current situation. I'm not able to spend as much money as I'd like to. So, Tiff, I'm still going to order some stuff, but it's just going to have to wait a while. So, there's 2 nurses I want to get cups for. Of course, they'll have long forgotten me by the time we get there. Plus, right at this moment in time, there's probably no way I could get it to them because of the current condition. So,
what kind of bird is that on your right? I'm assuming that's your right, Peter, or over your shoulder. Nope. The other right. Other right.
That's one. Yeah, that's a cedar waxwing, I think, a North American bird.
Oh,
yeah,
pretty.
Brad Austin, good morning, sir.
Hey, Brad.
Andrew
Andrew
Silverfox,
Silverfox.
good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew.
So how you feeling, Rodney, after your little episode?
Well, I'm still feeling good. I mean, it stings a little bit, but like I said, I don't think I ripped anything open
Yeah.
because I was doing my hardest to control the coughing. Of course, couldn't breathe, so that didn't help.
Yeah.
When I was able to finally talk, I said, "Hey, sweetheart, would you go get my pillow?"
Valerie's good people.
Oh man, I tell you what, I am so glad she got to meet you, Dennis.
I'm glad I got to meet her.
So now if we could just get Peter, Matt, and Ari over here.
There you go.
So the
DroneBum, good morning.
way things are in the world at the moment, that's highly unlikely, I would think, for a while.
Well, yeah, you're right. In fact, my wife's kind of concerned about she was supposed to go in May to Dallas, and I was supposed to go too, and then this happened.
Yeah.
But things change so rapidly. So we made because I was planning on going back to work after the doctors released me, because they did say it was okay. I just couldn't lift anything over 10 pounds. So I was planning on going back to work, but considering that the circumstances, I think I might just take a couple more weeks off.
Yeah.
All right, Tiff, you have a good day, girl. Tell Eric I said hi.
There's Mr. Bum has arrived as well.
Yeah, Mr. Bum's in the house.
Yeah. And Brad, there's no reason to be sorry, but thank you for saying that. I got rained out after a few minutes, and then I made a stupid mistake. I decided, I don't need to use Go 4 on this iPad.
As soon as you said that, I'm like, oh God, don't do it, Dennis. Don't do it.
Yeah. Even if you'd said it in the chat, it wouldn't have helped because my mind was set.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so I went away from Go 4 and of course the stream ended.
You were already in the motion before I even realized what was happening. I'm like, oh, Dennis, no.
Anyway, so that one had a rather abrupt ending, I'm afraid.
It did. But no worries, man.
Yeah.
No worries.
We do it for fun. If we lose sight of that, it's all bad.
That's right. It's all for fun. So I would imagine, I don't know. Let me look here. If just so you guys know, if Les goes up.
Les said something in the chats. I think during Michael's live stream, he said, "Well, now I have no phone." And so I asked him what happened to your phone. I didn't see a response. I could have missed it. What you missed, Brad, was not that big a deal, but I'd been flying and it started to rain pretty hard. So I brought the craft in and set it on my counter here. And I decided I wanted to use my iPad for a second purpose rather than because I wasn't using Go 4 anymore. I forgot that the live stream was still using Go 4. So I switched out of that application to use something else and the stream ended. That's what you missed.
So looking at the weather for Branson, Missouri, sunrise is at 7:15 this morning. So that's 8:15 our time.
2 minutes from now.
Yeah, 2 minutes from now. And if he went up, I haven't gotten any notices, but then again, we know all about these notices, right?
Yeah.
So, Brad, are you back in Virginia, or are you still out traveling? Because I'm going to try and hook up with him. We met each other at Spin Up.
Really? You drive 1,000 miles? Well, you flew probably. But.
Yeah, and it was quite funny because he asked me where I lived. I said, well, I live in Colonial Beach, Virginia. And he goes, I live in Richmond. I'm
It's
like,
about an hour away.
yeah, no kidding. So, all right, well, maybe Matt and Ari was up.
Yeah.
Okay. He said he's in Richmond, so. Yeah, I think the last time I heard he was traveling somewhere, but I could be wrong. Anyway, if any of you all in the Dean, would you like to come on? What I'm going to do, I can only take 3 people, but if you'd like to come on, I am going to put the link in the chat. I don't normally do this, but I'll leave it up there, and once I get to 6 people, or once I get to the 3 more, then I'll take it down. So, well, today I'm going to be going to the church, and we're going to be testing another live stream using the church's YouTube channel and Facebook page, just to see if the church's Wi-Fi is going to be able to handle it.
It looked okay from the testing you did the other day. Seemed to work okay.
Yeah, it did. I was kind of concerned because I wasn't seeing it on the church's Facebook page. Well, I didn't realize it's not going to appear at the top, but in the way they've got it set up. So I was scrolling down through it, and then I found it, and there was 3 of them. Morning, Dean.
Hey, Dean.
Good morning. How you guys?
Hi, Dean.
Boy,
Peter.
you're in a nice location.
I'm sorry?
Dean, I said he's in a nice location.
Yeah, looks very nice there.
Yeah.
I could change that location.
No. That's perfect. I love it.
I have a green screen background, so I can change whatever I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a green screen, but I can't lift my arms up high enough to drape it across my thing there.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
the problem. You have to have pretty even lighting on it too, or else it doesn't work well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a green screen too, but I just uploaded a photo of the room I'm in to use as a background.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Good morning, Whiz Bang. How you doing, Ken? I'm doing great, my friend. Trying to stay out of the way of that. I'm not going to mention it. That
Good
situation.
Morning, Mr. Ken. Whiz Bang. How you doing?
So Dean, I am coming up with a lot of questions, and I'm kind of excited about. We're going to be live streaming our church service on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
And it's just going to be me, our sound man, the drum player, the pastor, and his wife. And I want to make that a full-time thing, but then I want to bring in being able to use 2 cameras. So I've got some questions for you. But
Well, there's only 2 ways I know you can do that. Is you invite somebody else in and put the other camera on as them. But The other way that you can do it, I've heard, is with OBS, making a virtual camera with it. I have Wirecast, and I was playing around. I had a couple of different cameras on Wirecast and output that as a virtual camera and ran that into StreamYard, and it actually worked. You change the views over in Wirecast and they would change on StreamYard. But
Oh,
Wow.
right.
but that can work, but unfortunately Wirecast just changed so they don't have a free version anymore.
Well, I guess what I was wondering, or one of the questions I have, is what kind of equipment would I need to be able to switch between two cameras?
Well,
Did you
I
see
mean-
Ed's?
one way that I've heard people do it is actually use a cell phone for one of the cameras and go in on it with Chrome as another visitor, just like I came in as a visitor. You can put it in the studio as a visitor and then call it up with two views, like you could have Rodney and Dennis up there. You can have your regular studio one as one, and you could have the cell phone as the other one.
Gotcha.
And
Well,
I've heard that
said
works.
X-
I've never actually tried it, but I've heard that that's the simplest way to do it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, Dean. Love my drones. Ed said that X Split will help you do that, Rodney.
X split.
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm not familiar with XSplit, but that might work as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Ed, and good morning. By the way, I didn't even see you come into the chat.
One of the things you'll need to do, though, probably is make all those cameras 1280 by 720p to run on StreamYard.
Yeah, the camera I was using the other day for my testing was actually set to 1080p, and it seemed to work well. Of course, StreamYards is going to downgrade it to 720.
Right. Yeah, I have a little USB capture device, and I was running my drone in at 1080p on it, and I actually did a test on StreamYard, and it did convert it down to 1280 by 720.
Yeah, that's
But-
what I was using, a little capture device.
Yeah.
And it seems to work really well. I'm gonna have to look at that X split that Ed's talking about.
Yeah.
Give me a second, guys. See, Brad Alston, love my drones. Peter Carroll, just making sure there's nobody in here I missed again, because Ed snuck in on me.
He does that.
I know he's good at it. Of course, it would help if I kept my eyes on the chat. Whizbang,
Oh,
hope you're
that's
doing well, sir. Is Bumster in here? Brandon Rain, good morning.
Bumster was in here.
Yeah, it was a while back.
Yeah, he said he was doing his chores and driving, so imagine he's just listening. So, all right. Well, Ed, would you like to come in? If you scroll up in the chats, there's the link. Brad, Ken, I got room for 2 more people.
Get him while they're hot.
So I'll tell you what, just to make it easier so people don't have to look it up, I'll just post it again.
Now, does that change each time, Rodney?
What?
That link?
That link? Yeah.
Okay.
He changed. He moved, Dennis.
I saw that. I don't know how I
Yeah.
pulled that off.
At the speed of light, too.
Yeah, it doesn't fade. It's instant on and instant off.
That was a quick move.
It was.
Those are Texas mountain laurels in the background. They bloom this time of year, and they smell kind of like the old grape Kool-Aid.
Really?
Yes, they're real pretty. They don't last long, but I have probably 200 of them on my 5 acres, and the whole place smells like grape Kool-Aid when they bloom out.
Oh, that's
Ken is working. One of us has to.
yeah. Someone has to work.
That's right.
I'd rather it be Ken than me, I
Yeah,
guess.
me too. Me too. I'd rather it be Ken than me.
Thanks,
I'll go
Ken.
I'll
Taking
agree
one
with
for
that
the
too.
team. What was that, Peter? I'm sorry.
I was just saying I was agreeing with that too. That rather have Whizbang working than us.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
I need more coffee, Ken, by the way.
Oh,
That's the last cup out of my pot. I'd have to go make another pot if I had some more coffee.
We'll just have Ken do it.
uh-oh. Ed popped in and then he popped out again before I could switch him.
Nice to see you, Ed.
Yeah, I'm on the hard stuff this morning on the water.
You on water? Oh, man. You know, that stuff can be habit forming.
That's right. I've had heaps of coffee. I have to try sleeping in a little while, so thought best not to have another one.
Last time I went into town to actually go to a store, I had a few things in my buggy, and everybody had theirs stacked up with water. And they said, "What? You're not getting any water?" I said, "No, I've got a 2,500 gallon tank full of water right next to my pump."
My wife stopped by the store yesterday, and I think she stopped in at Dollar General, and there was a guy in there trying to stock the shelf with TP, and she grabbed a package, but he said that just like Rosie did, Dennis, he said he couldn't get them on the shelf. People were just taking them right off the pallet and stuff, you know.
That's amazing.
Yeah, too.
I don't understand it. I truly don't understand it.
I don't either.
Somebody said something about concern about being sequestered, but my heavens, you know, even if you're sequestered, well, I don't know. I don't know people's supplies. Anyway, I'm just surprised.
Yeah, it's not. You wouldn't think it was something that would be that big of a concern with this disease.
Yeah, and the manufacturers say there's no shortage.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a shortage of everything. Where's all this stuff going? It's not going to my house, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
I have long maintained that the way to create a shortage is to say there is one, and there will be.
Oh yeah,
Because everybody will go out and buy it, and there
Well,
will be a shortage till
that's
they
what
catch up.
happened in 1928, right, or whatever it was when the
1918, I got it right that time.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, I'm not talking about the Spanish flu though. I'm talking about when there was a run on the banks, right?
That.
What they called the Great Depression, which preceded
Yeah.
the one that's coming.
Yeah.
You know,
So did the chats, people in the chat stop?
I know it's just
Yeah,
dead
sure.
out there. No, it appears to be.
We've got people hoarding food over here. You know, as soon as it like fresh meats, the latest craze. Apparently, like the government said that Australia is capable of feeding 75 million people. You know, we've got a population of about 25 million, so it seems pointless to be going on with all this hoarding.
I really don't get it.
Yeah.
The chat is still working. What happened is that Ken said that he is occupied, so why would anybody bother talking?
That must be it.
Well, where did he? I don't see that in the chat.
It said he said working, be a few. That was right before.
Okay, yeah. He's probably opening his store,
Yeah, very likely.
and but I can't figure. Ed, what happened, brother? Because he popped into the green room.
Well, he left the chats at about the same time. So
Oh,
Maybe he has some sort of power problem or something.
Oh, well.
Network problem.
So anyway, are you going to go out flying today, Dean?
No, it's too windy. I just checked UAV forecast. We got wind gusts at 50 miles an hour at 200 feet. So I'm going to wait till it clears up. I think on Monday, I think I'll take my drones and my wife and we'll go hunting wildflowers and do something interesting.
The blue bonnets should be blooming now, shouldn't they?
Yeah, we've got quite a few of them around. There's one place maybe 15 miles from me.
Ah,
Hey,
there he
there's
is.
Ed.
Hey,
Hang on.
Good morning, Ed.
Hi, Ed.
Yeah, we got quite a few of them around. There's one place, maybe 15 miles. Hang on. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning. Too early for me. I had no slack on getting the mute going.
Ah,
There we go.
okay. Well, that's definitely better now. Good morning, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hi,
Hope.
Chris.
Hey, Chris. Good morning.
And
So
here's
DroneBum
Ron.
is still listening.
Here's
Hey, guys.
Mr. Lockwood
Ron.
himself.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Ron.
Good.
Well,
Well, it's good to see that you didn't get ate by a bear.
Yeah, I got to see him yesterday morning, though.
Yeah, that was an
Yeah.
awesome picture you sent.
Oh,
He
wait
sent a
to see the
picture
video.
to me. It was a black bear
A
and
grizzly.
it was sitting in snow.
Yeah.
You gotta share that picture.
Yeah.
Stand by.
Chris Hope, how are you doing today, buddy?
DroneBum says he's still listening.
Yep. So
Yeah,
Ed,
so
how's
don't
the
say
weather
anything
in your
about
neck
him.
of the woods? Sorry, Dennis, I stepped on you.
Oh, no, my toes are okay. Thanks. I'm wearing steel-toed shoes. No, I don't know what I said. Maybe I said don't talk about DroneBum because he's still listening.
Well, that's all the more reason to talk about him.
That's right.
Yeah, this is I'm guessing about an 800-pound grizzly.
Wow,
Wow.
Wow.
Look at
wow,
Just-
what a great shot.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
Now,
then,
did I read that correctly, Ron? That you said, or maybe I heard you say it, that this grizzly actually pulled a bison out of the water.
Oh, dude, you should have seen it. From what I learned from the guys there, it's what they call it. It's called the Blacktail Plateau, and it's basically a big mountain, and it comes down onto these flats. And if I understood correctly, with all the rain we had out west this past summer, it really got flooded. While the water stayed in there, well, obviously then it froze over this winter. These bison, they said it was like the fourth one that they know of, fourth or fifth one this winter. They break through the ice and they fall through. And we actually watched this grizzly. I mean, it's amazing the power of those things. He would pull it about halfway out, he would eat on it, and then when he was done, he'd push it back in just to keep the other predators from getting on it. It was amazing.
Oh my goodness.
I got to meet a pretty neat guy.
All those looks and brains too, huh?
Guy Bob Landis is his name. He is a wildlife photographer for the Discovery Channel and National Geographic. He was there. You should have seen his camera. Oh gosh, that thing was unbelievable. But here I got a couple other. Rodney, I know I showed you these, but
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
Fair.
that's beautiful.
A pair of eagles.
That one eagle with the wing spread has a white belly, doesn't it?
You know,
Hey,
it-
Jay Santiago.
look at him closely, Rodney. His eyes are not yellow, and look at his talons; they're white.
Huh.
He's weird. I don't know if that's a immature one, if that's their characteristics. I'm not sure. Coyote sitting. Oop,
Oh.
yeah. See what else do I got here?
Hey, Jay Santiago, good morning.
How much do those bison weigh?
They're probably, I don't know, about 3,000 or better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
grizzly bear can
huge.
pull them out of the water. It's amazing.
Exactly.
Oh, their power is just
Yeah.
amazing. And then the funny thing is, you'll see in my video, yet they act so playful. Once it got daylight, he was actually only about 40, 50 yards from me when I pulled into this parking spot. These photographers have been sitting there for 5 days. Knew those bison were in there. They had spotted him, and he's been coming in the mornings and the evenings. And I actually got there at 6:30. It was still kind of dark, but as soon as it started to be sunlight, he started to walk away. I'm like, oh darn! I mean, because I wanted some really good shots, but he ended up going up to, I don't know, 700, 800 yards away, and then he laid down, and then he just laid there in the snow, and he's rolling on his back, and he's doing like a happy dance with his feet. It was funny to watch. Yeah.
He was trying to make snow angels.
It looked like that's what he was doing. But you'll see it in my video when I just pulled the footage off this morning. Yeah, it's pretty neat. That was a great trip, and I recommend it to you guys if didn't have to pay a park fee. There's only one road open though. That's from the north, which is Gardner, to the northeast, which is Cook City. It's about a 60-mile road, but I'll tell you what, you're good. That's one of the best places in the park to see wildlife. That one road. So
This was the Grand Teton, or was
this
it
is Yellowstone. Yep,
Yellowstone?
Yellowstone. And I had the whole park to myself. There was nobody there.
Wow.
Other than those photographers. Yeah, it was.
So did
it
you
was
stay 6 feet away from the grizzly?
Yes. I kept my social distance. I had
So
a lady
are you-
yesterday say that to me.
Are you back at work now?
Yeah, just for one shift, and I got to go in this morning, and then I go home tomorrow morning.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a good getaway. Rodney, you'll be sad to hear this. Guy kind of deserved it. Obviously, I think he was a rookie. With the bison in there, and obviously any of the elk were doing it too. There's still a lot of snow, so they take the path of least resistance, which is the road. And when you get 10, 15, 20 of those bison walking down the road, as long as you approach them slowly, keep your engine down, don't honk your horn, don't race up to them. They generally look like, okay, I want to get out of the way of this car, and they'll actually get angry. They'll try any place, and if they try to go up an embankment and can't do it, they get a little flustered, but just be patient. Well, this guy was pushing them, and he was in a Ford F-150. He found out that a bison in a Ford F-150, the bison won. That one turned around and rammed the front of his truck.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Yep.
Wow.
That's why I kept hanging back. But he come flying around me, and he's in a hurry. He's pushing them, honking his horn, and that one just they will snap in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like to ride my motorcycle in the park anymore, because they hate the sound of a motorcycle.
Oh.
I've been charged that before. Just and then when you get on the road, and you get 50 people that want to stop and take pictures of them. They block the road. You have nowhere to go. So you're sitting there and all of a sudden they're come walking by, and if they don't like the sound of you before, and I'm not real anxious to do it again anytime soon. But yeah, it was a pretty time in the park though. I was very fortunate. I had 2 days, 32 degrees, sunny, and you get that sun reflector, the sun that reflects off the snow, and it felt like 40s to 50s. Beautiful 2 days. Couldn't ask for better weather.
Brad said he lost the stream.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
Yeah. Chris Hope said he had to refresh, so maybe it's just
another.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. My internet's been going in and out. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Coyotes were picking on the morsels that were left. Yeah.
And I made the comment to Ron that those crows aren't scared of that coyote.
Oh, they pick on them. You just wait till you see the video. It's they go up and they're like little teenage bullies, those ravens.
Andrew Alschwager, good morning. Or
Andrew.
good evening for you.
The fellow Aussie. Good to see
Yep.
another one here. Hi, Andrew.
Yeah, Chris makes a valid point, and I've heard talk about this too, because the internet is really being stretched to its limitations now, because kids are being taught all from home and all this kind of stuff, and people are working from home. The infrastructure is going to have a hard time dealing with it.
Yeah, I think that's a good point that Chris and Ed just made. I didn't even think about that, but
kids learning at home, that's something that hasn't happened in 20 years.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
That, in my opinion.
Well, I was being nice.
How strict are they getting on you guys on the East Coast? Like yesterday, I stopped in a convenience store in Montana, and they would even let me get a cup of coffee. The attendant from behind the counter had to come over, get my cup, pour it. Yeah.
Oh, that's more sanitary.
Yeah,
that's
no sanitary right there.
Yeah, buddy. That's using the old noggin.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because I can't get out with my wife working. I'm pretty much stuck here at home anyway. So, but they haven't put any stay in your home kind of restrictions on us yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Night Train.
Night Train. Good morning. So.
He says parents are scrambling trying to figure out how to teach their kids.
Well, my son and his wife homeschool their kids. So my son's wife, my daughter-in-law, her major when she went to Bible college was in education. So they had planned to do homeschooling for the kids even before they had kids. So. And that's good, because, I think homeschooling is a lot better than public schools, but that's just my opinion.
Oh, I agree with you.
I mean,
done properly.
And don't get me wrong, I think the public schools are trying the best they can with what they've got, and it's just the schools are overcrowded. Not enough materials, not enough money.
Yeah, especially the money.
Hey, Rodney, you and Dennis. There was some. How do I phrase this? A little traumatic drama to someone that we both know. Kind of funny though. Mr. Jay McCulley, his work made it mandatory. He had to shave his beard.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw it when he posted that on Facebook. I mean, oh man, I am so sorry, buddy. But he posted another picture, and he's got quite the handlebar mustache going
Oh
on.
yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of digging that.
Yeah, yeah. In fact,
Make lemonade, bud.
I meant to make a comment on it and got distracted. So I need to go see if I can find that and make
That's
that
good.
comment I wanted to make. He's looking good in that handlebar, man.
Hello, Andrew.
Kelly said he was crying for a couple days. God bless that girl for putting up with him. she's a good sport.
You
Ken,
go, Ken.
I
You
gotta
go.
show this.
We're building a new house. Have to get it next. Kids live Corona May and Corona six pack. That will be good. That's great.
So anyway, well, it's still raining. Not as
Peter,
hard
that
as it was earlier, but
Say, Peter, that was a fun live stream last night.
It was it.
I missed it, man. I told Matt that I would show up, and then I fell asleep.
I
So
was there for a little while, but then wifey called, so
Yeah, I decided to have a day off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was funny.
Yeah. I just watched it on the iPad.
Yeah, Lloyd joined in towards the latter half hour or so, and oh gosh, it was funny. It was a good laugh.
Yeah.
But, oh my. Well, guys, I'm gonna kind of make it short today. Wanted to come in and say good morning, and got to go
good to
get
see you,
ready.
Ron.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
yeah, it's good seeing you.
Yeah.
I was
And,
wondering this morning if you got ate by a beer.
a beer.
A bear.
Yeah, he was
That
the only
beer
one I
eats a
seen.
lot of people.
Yeah. Beer bear, whatever.
Well, if you're gonna get eaten by anything, I guess a beer would be the best way to go.
That's a way to go, man. Holy cow. Well, you guys have a safe weekend. Be careful out there, and as my old buddy used to say, watch out for the black ice. Don't slip and fall. And
you have a good and safe day too, Ron.
yeah, we'll see what the shift brings me.
All right.
Looking forward to going home tomorrow, though.
I bet
I
you
bet
are.
you are.
Yeah. Well, guys, everybody take care, and
See you, Ron.
we'll
Ron.
talk to you. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, Ron. Bye-bye. Okay. John Spizzo, good morning. Night Train, good morning. I think I said good morning to you, but just to make sure, I'll say it again. So anyway.
Everybody forget what to say.
Well, I mean, you were talking about the running two cameras, Rodney.
Yeah.
And that's XSplit that I'm broadcasting through here on StreamYard.
Oh, that's what you're using there, XSplit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can have multiple things, including multiple cameras on the system at one time.
Okay.
Now that might be worth looking into. I'm not familiar with it, but sounds like it might work for you, Rodney.
Yeah, it does. Is that something that I can download to my computer or to my laptop?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it. It's free.
Ken, that's just going too
of
far.
course, they have a paid version. And I mean, it's kind of like OBS, but it's a lot easier to use than OBS. It may not be as capable of OBS, but with OBS, when I first downloaded OBS, I couldn't figure anything out. But when I opened this up, I was able to start playing with stuff right away.
Gotcha.
It's a lot more user friendly.
Yeah, well, one of the things that's going to happen before I can actually start using 2 cameras anyway is I'm going to need to get another capture device. So for the second camera.
So like, let's see. So like, that's my workbench camera right there.
Okay.
But you can put up presentations or whatever, like, this is my last fly.
Right.
Oh, wrong scene. That's the
can even
one,
bring up
that
our
one
message.
device not available. That's so I can actually fly live. I have a video receiver hooked up to my computer as well, so I can fly my drone outside live.
Oh, I got you. Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Our host is leaving us.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, now's the time to talk bad about him. And I won't mute because I'm going to mute the mic.
Oh, well.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
All right. So anybody have any Rodney jokes?
He loves that pillow, don't he?
I hope so. Yeah, he had a little. He was far from it this morning and drank coffee the wrong way.
Right.
He needed that pillow.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that people who had that operation had to use those pillows until I saw
I can
Rodney.
imagine it. I wasn't aware either, but it relieved the pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to cough or anything, it hurts if you've been opened up. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, we all need our little security blanket these days, Brad, eh?
That's it.
And yesterday on the way home, every restaurant you pass, it says takeout only, drive-through only.
Yeah, that's what they did in San Antonio too. You can only do drive-through or takeout, no dine-in at all.
They closed all the restaurants in China for a while. There was no. Of course, things are different in China, but there were no restaurants open whatsoever.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm not sure that they've opened them yet.
It looks like things have sort of plateaued a bit in China, haven't they? It looks like they're.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the numbers today.
Number of new cases isn't really increasing.
It's actually going
yesterday
down.
It was like 25 or something, and the day before it was like 13. So, and China's funny that their media says, yeah, we would be 0, but it's all these foreign people coming into the country. They're bringing.
Who knows what we can believe coming from them anyway?
Well, yeah, I told somebody else that the Chinese media is about 0.00001% worse than the U.S. media, So.
Well, they couldn't be much worse than U.S. media. I don't know if anybody could be worse.
Exactly. And now that I just started noticing YouTube advertisements today from Epoch Times. They say, we're the only ones that can tell you the truth. And I'm thinking, yeah, this is the Chinese news media. Oh, yeah, let's subscribe to them. So you don't know what to believe.
No.
So who has a joke? I don't know how long Rodney's going to be gone. This is an old Ronald Reagan joke. He said that. Where are you from, Ed? Again?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah, this happened in Alabama. And there was this realtor. He was driving around looking for new property. And he looked over to his left and he noticed there was this chicken running along beside him. He looks at the speedometer. He's doing 60 miles an hour. And there's this chicken. And the chicken pulled out in front of him, crossed the road, went down this dirt path. And so the realtor said, I got to follow this. So he followed down that dirt path for a while. And there was a farmer standing there cleaning his shovel. He said, excuse me, sir, I just saw a chicken running down here. It looked like he had 3 legs. Farmer said, yeah, we grow them that way. He said, really? He said, yeah, well, the missus and me, we both like chicken legs. And then Junior came along. We needed some solution, so we breed them now to have 3 legs. He said, well, that's amazing. He said, so you love chicken legs? He said, yeah, we do. What do they taste like? He said, I don't know. I haven't been able to catch one yet.
That's pretty funny. Nice, clean joke there, Dennis.
Yeah. Mel's in the house.
Yeah.
Hello,
and,
Mel.
And Paul Murray too.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Paul Murray. Mel and everybody else already been here.
How to get a one-armed Aggie? What's an Aggie?
I was going to ask that too.
I don't know how to get an Aggie out of a tree. 1 arm or more.
Wave at him.
There you go.
All right. So I think I walked in at the tail end of an Aggie joke.
What is an
You
Aggie?
did.
Yeah, we still haven't learned what an Aggie is yet.
An Aggie is somebody that goes to Texas A&M University.
Ah.
And Aggie is short for agriculture, I think.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Dean?
Oh, okay.
Texas
okay.
A&M was agricultural and mechanical at one time. Now it's everything, but they like to make Aggie jokes around Texas.
Gotcha. Okay.
Jack Sparky Fron, good morning. I got room for one more person. I'll put the link in if you want to join, please feel free to do so. But I can only take one more person. So it is still raining outside. You know what? Yesterday I was so disappointed because I was going to do a live sunrise. And it was another beautiful sunrise. And Dad burn it. The RTMP changed on me. And so I was looking at it today, and the RTMP has changed again.
Yeah, I've had YouTube do that on me just for no reason. They just change it. So
I have never had that happen to me yet.
I check it every single time I go up now or do live stream.
Well, how do you do that? Because Rodney says that the new and I agree with him, the new studio doesn't seem to show you the
RTMP.
RTMP. So how do on that, Dean?
There's a place up at the top where it says upload or go live.
Yeah.
If you click on go live, it'll take you to your live page and you can view it there. You'll have to click a thing to show it, and then you can just copy it and paste it.
So you have to actually tell it you're going to go live before it will tell you what your.
Yeah, you actually have
That's
to.
useful.
You actually have to go to your YouTube live page to see it.
That's really useful. That's good thinking, Google.
I really don't like their new studio as well as the old one, but the old one's going away, so you have to get used to
Yeah.
it. But one thing I do like about it that I complained about early on is when I was doing in screens, the new one wouldn't let you do it. And now not only does it let you do it, it'll take your last one and put up there and let you edit it.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna say good morning to Paul Murray.
Hey, Paul Murray.
No,
And
there's
also John
there
Spitzer.
is a learning curve to the new studio, but once you get it, it's pretty good.
Yeah, they've improved it a lot, and mostly because of complaints. People kept using the old one, and I did it specifically for end screens and told them that's why I didn't use the new one, and they changed it.
Cool.
So they are listening, but sooner or later they're going to take the old one away completely.
Yeah. So let me see if I got this right. I'm gonna go to the studio, right?
Just go to your homepage on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Go to your channel, and up on the right-hand side, you'll see a little thing that says load a video. And
Right.
somewhere right close to that, you should see something that says live. And click on that live button,
Okay.
and that should take you to your live stream homepage on YouTube.
Roger's in the house.
Hello, Roger. Matthew
Matthew.
Harsh. Good morning to both of you.
And
Okay, so I'm there. I see webcam, stream, and manage.
I think manage, maybe.
Manage is what I would say, think.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done it. Let me get on my other screen and see.
Hey, Ken, I'm out of coffee.
I'm sure
Good
Mr.
one,
Woodbine
Jerry.
can supply with one.
I think I know where to get more. I should call Chimmy and have her come back from Shanghai. Tell her I'm out of coffee.
Okay, Rodney, if you hit go live, it takes you into your studio,
Right.
and mine pops up with a new stream or copy and paste or do a new one.
Well, mine came up. Came up. Webcam, stream, and manage.
Yeah, well, go to stream.
Stream. Okay.
Yeah, and hit new stream.
Okay.
And let me see. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, new stream. Okay, I said create a new stream, and now I did one unlisted, but it on the bottom of the new stream picture says stream settings.
I'm sorry. It says so. Create stream. I need.
Yes, and give it a title, and I just made mine unlisted.
Okay.
And then once you say create stream, down at the bottom of that you will see a little window that's going around. You see stream settings, stream key, auto-generated key, and then you'll see the key
I got it.
blanked out. Just unblank it, and then you can copy and paste that over into wherever you're streaming from.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the only way I know to get to it. But I check that every time I go live now because they periodically change that.
What's that black spot in the screen there, Ed?
That's called the sun.
Oh, we had one of those a few weeks ago.
We did too. Anyway, Rodney, that's the only way I know to get to it in the new
Okay,
studio.
well, that's good to know.
It's kind of a roundabout way, but you can get to it and you just unmask it and copy it and paste it over to wherever you're streaming to, and
Yeah.
it'd be good to go then.
You know, something else I was thinking of, and Dennis, you might be interested in this, is I got to thinking about it, and I was on StreamYard several times yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Or was it the day before? What's today? Saturday. No, Thursday. I was on that several times, and then I was on it again yesterday, and it changed again. So I wonder if it's something in StreamYards that generates a new key every time.
I don't know. I've never tried that. I don't think so, but it's possible.
Like I said, I've had the same RTMP key from day one.
See, I don't, when I use StreamYard, I don't even tell YouTube anything.
Yeah,
I mean, StreamYard handles it for me.
Yeah, it may auto generate a new key for you. I know Wirecast will do that sometimes, not always, but sometimes.
Really? Well, there you go. Maybe that's it.
That might be what's doing it. But anyway, you know how to find it now if you need it.
I do. And it looks like I'm going to have to actually start making sure before I do a sunrise stream, start making sure that I have the correct TM.
Yeah, that's what I always do just before I check the last final thing. I put it up there and then I make sure it's live before I send my drone up.
Yeah.
Dennis, Rodney is testing the legal limits during a live stream with that Paul Murray.
Is that was that Dennis Nacho Rolling? Hello, Nacho Rolling. I didn't see you come in, Dennis. And Matthew DeHarsh, good morning to you, sir. I'm going to give him some pants, as people say. So,
blue jeans.
I'm sorry?
I said blue jeans.
Blue jeans.
Blue jeans. Blue Jean City.
Well, I sure hope it clears up here today. The temperature is like 55 degrees. You know, I went out and walked. I walked a good distance yesterday, at least a beginning distance. It wasn't really great, but it was just up to the road and back, which is probably 100 yards. So I walked 100 yards up, 100 yards back.
That's a good start.
It's a good start, and it gets me out of the house, but it was so nice yesterday. And today, I guess I'm just going to have to walk in the house.
Yeah.
Well, you usually get our weather a day later, and right after my live stream,
look who's
up.
Well, hello, Mel.
Just like a bad penny, I always show up.
I guess that's what I get for leaving the link up long enough, huh?
Yep. See, you blew it. You should have put it up and then took it down right away.
How can we miss
Well, I
you if
just
you
wanted
won't
to
go
give
away,
people
Mel?
a chance to come in, Mel, and you did. You took advantage of that. And welcome to you. You're always welcome here.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning.
Morning.
And Dennis too.
Nice of you to include me with the gentleman. Well, you didn't, but you know, same sentence.
If you leave that key up there, you never know who's going to turn up.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
How can we miss you if you won't go away, Mel?
See, Yeah, and nobody will ever miss me that way.
That's right. So, how's the weather there in your neck of the woods, Mel?
Well, it's clear and sunny this morning. A little cold,
Great.
not bad, but a little bit cold, but clear and sunny. The YouTube thing is really irritating me.
What's the YouTube thing?
The new studio.
Oh,
we just had a discussion about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening in, and
Yeah.
one thing I would like to correct, just so that everyone understands, the RTMP never changes.
I disagree with you.
The RTM,
several times.
Rodney, maybe your stream key changes, but your RTMP link is the same link every single time.
Yeah, the RTMP link is the same, but the stream key changes, and YouTube sometimes just
Okay, well then
for no reason.
stream key.
It's the stream key, and
Okay.
I don't remember exactly what RTMP stands for, but give me 30 seconds.
real time message protocol.
There you go. I knew that somebody would educate me. So
I guess the RTMP is just the protocol, and then you have the letter string that is the
right,
okay.
right.
So if you go to and I'm not disputing, you're probably right, Mel, but Rodney, so if you go to Classic Studio and reveal your RTMP key, which by the way you can't copy and paste, you have to write it down. But anyway, if you do that, then that shouldn't change on you ever if you use that for your other stuff.
Right.
Well, that's what changes. I'm telling you, it changes on me.
If you share if you let me share my screen with you, Rodney, I'll give you a short demonstration of what it is that Dennis is talking about. And I want to share screen one. Okay, here's my channel. And for the time being, they still allow us to use the Classic Studio. And I always tell them that I like, because the new studio does not allow remote streaming. If I could type. And part of the reason I say that is the new studio is designed to be used from your computer rather than remote devices. But this is the old studio where you would click on live streaming right here.
Right. Hang on a minute, Mel.
Okay.
Okay, so down at the bottom.
Down at the bottom.
You have your server URL, which is the RTMP.
And rtmp.youtube.com/live.
That's what you're saying never changes.
Exactly. That's your RTMP link. That never ever changes. Okay. Your stream key, however, does change in the new studio sometimes. And you're supposed to be able to save it in the system, but it doesn't always work. Now, what Dennis said, I believe here, he said that you cannot copy and paste this, but you can. I'm not going to reveal my key, but that would open up people to be able to log into my channel. But if you click on reveal and then highlight this like that, hit Control-C, you have copied that key and you can paste it anywhere you like.
Okay, I tried that on my iPad or iPhone or whatever, and
Now,
It wouldn't allow copy using Chrome.
on a mobile device, it may be different, and I don't know why they can't make this standard across all platforms.
Yeah.
Probably
Well, that would
because
be-
they don't
that
want
would
to.
require
And,
intelligence.
and yeah, that would just, be too easy for everyone to use.
Yeah.
Like the old studio was easy for everyone to use.
Yeah.
The new studio is not so easy. When you go to the new studio now, you can go right up here to the top where the camera icon is, or you can click on YouTube Studio. When you click on YouTube Studio, you come down here to, where is it? Now I've lost.
You have to click create first.
I guess you can't get to it this way anymore. They changed that too.
They've improved it.
Let me go back to the regular page, click on, and then use the go live option. Apparently that's the only way that you can do it from a computer.
Yeah, and that's what Dean was showing us earlier.
Yeah. And so when you use the copy and create, it's supposed to copy everything from your last session or the session that you choose, right? Whichever one that may be. You can change that option, but it's supposed to go from your last live session, which should include your stream key, should be the same. When you use something, I never go live straight from here, because what I do is when I copy and create the new stream that I'm going to do, it gives me the option to change the title and the public access and all the stuff in the little box, and no, it's not made for kids, and then save that information, right? Then you have to come over here where it says connect your software to start a preview. Now, when you use StreamYards, I don't know if you can do it with this, but in order for me to use vMix and go live, I have to come over here, get my stream key again, paste, and see the link is still the same, rtmp.youtube.com live 2. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to copy my stream key and then paste that into my stream settings in vMix, then start broadcast with vMix in order to get my image to show up over here in this window in YouTube. And then I have to click the go live button from YouTube. Whereas I used to just open vMix and hit start streaming, and it would automatically start streaming to YouTube. So and like right now, the way this is set up right now, probably on my channel, it says waiting for Mel or waiting for 400 AGL. And I don't understand why it does that. But in the past, I would just come to vMix and come down here once I had everything set and click the stream key. So I could open one of my previous setups that I have saved, and it's not going to allow my camera, probably because I'm using it in StreamYards right now. So my camera is blank. If I go to my camera panels, it shows my camera as being offline because it's commandeered by StreamYards right now. But my second camera is still available because it's not being commandeered by StreamYards. So I could put that camera into the live broadcast window, hit start stream, and I would actually go live direct from here, because in the stream settings, I put a stream key in there. Okay. So that allows it to go straight to YouTube. The way the thing is now, I have to start vMix and start streaming. Then I get a preview here in YouTube. Then I can hit go live with YouTube. And then it actually goes live. It doesn't go live until I do that. And I don't understand why they keep changing it. And I don't understand why the stream key keeps changing. The stream key that I have here now is the same one that I've had for some time. Another problem that, and I'll stop sharing now. Another problem that I'm seeing is Roosevelt was having trouble going live from his Phantom 4 Pro.
Right. I remember that. And you helped him with it.
Yep. And the thing that solved the problem was I just happened to think about firmware, and I said, Roosevelt, what firmware are you using? He said, I haven't updated it. So, he said, probably an old one. Well, he plugged it in and checked it, and it was actually the latest firmware on his Phantom 4 Pro. So because he's not 107, he's still a hobby pilot, I said, take your drone back to the previous version of firmware just to test it, because I think that'll solve your problem. And so he took the drone back to the previous firmware settings, and instantly he was able to stream to YouTube again using the RTMP system.
Huh.
Now, what made me think that was, I don't know if you guys remember, but probably a month ago now, I was down in Oklahoma on my way down to Mena, Arkansas, and I was going to fly on Sunday morning with you guys, and I could not go live direct to YouTube from the stream settings option in the smart controller. It kept saying stream failed to initiate, or stream initiation failed.
Yeah. Is that the one where you were at that gas station in
Yeah,
Oklahoma?
that's the one. So I grabbed my phone and I went live from my phone, and everything worked. I thought, well, okay, there's something screwy going on here. So I grabbed the Mavic Air, which I had the Crystal Sky set up for RTMP instead of direct, and I was able to go live with that using my phone as a hotspot. I had recently, the night before Friday night, I had updated the firmware on the smart controller. So that got me thinking about trying to figure out how to solve the problem. I downgraded the firmware one version on the smart controller, and then I was able to select the streaming platform and go stream live direct to YouTube again.
Wow.
So something DJI is doing in their updates is somehow preventing live streaming direct to YouTube, and even disallowing it via the RTMP method, like with the Phantom 4 Pro. A few days ago, I did a video for hire where I did the tree video.
Yeah.
The whole time I was flying, I kept getting these messages on the smart controller, update firmware, update firmware. So I thought, well, maybe I better update the firmware. Being 107 and flying for hire commercially, part of the 107 rules say you must keep your equipment updates up to date. Well, my Go4 app is up to date. The firmware on the smart controller is part of the Android stuff as well. And I don't know if I'm required to keep that up to date or not, the actual firmware on the device. I know I have to keep the Go4 app and all the legal stuff updated, but as soon as I updated the firmware again on the smart controller, I could no longer go live direct to YouTube from the smart controller.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why DJI does that. I don't know what it is that they're doing in their updates that blocks the direct to YouTube stream. And I don't know if it'll work with the RTMP setup or not. I haven't tried it. Maybe I'll try it today.
Yeah.
But I've got another project I'm going to be working on here pretty soon this morning. So I don't know what kind of time I'm going to have today, but.
All right. Well, hey, Dean's going to be leaving us. So Dean, you have a good day, brother. Thanks for being in the.
Oh, Dean, don't go away.
Yeah, I've got some things I got to do, but it's been fun.
Now, are you
Appreciate it.
sitting outside or is that a green screen?
It's green screen.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
The scale is really good. It looks really good.
Yeah, I can change it to just about anything I want to, even something real wild.
See you, Dean.
You do that while I
All right.
start calling you Trevor.
See you guys. Yeah. See you guys.
Bye, Dean.
Take care.
All right. See you later,
Bye,
Dean.
Dean.
So.
But yeah, I just don't understand the issue. And even direct from the smart controller, unless you sideload the Chrome APK, you can't even stream to YouTube at all, period. It won't let you.
Huh.
And that's because I think what Dennis told me that Google is like forbidden in China. And I talked to tech support about why won't you let me do this? Why isn't this allowable? And they were like, well, we're sorry for your concerns. We'll let our tech people know and blah, blah, blah. And then Dennis told me it's because Google's not allowed in China. But if Google's not allowed in China, then how does DJI, being a China-based company, get away with making all the YouTube videos that they make? You know, I don't understand the whole thing. And it really kind of goes, you know,
Well,
I may have suggested
way above my pay grade, you know.
Doesn't DJI have an office though here in the United States?
Oh, they have several here in the United
Well,
States.
then that's probably how they're getting through on YouTube and stuff, is because of their office here in the United States.
That must be it, then.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my guess, but
I know some Chinese channels that were broadcast directly from China, and the way that they get around it is they use proxies to bypass the great Chinese firewall, right?
Well, what about all these satellites that SpaceX is putting up that's supposed to be worldwide internet? How's China going to block that, I wonder?
nice cup, Mel.
I don't think they're going to be able to block it.
I don't know anything about it, but everything in internet, everything in the stuff that we know as internet is all IP protocol, and IP protocol is it all happens on ports, and it's really easy. Like port 80 is where web browsing usually takes place, right? It's really easy for any company or entity that owns the wires on which your signal is, the source of your signal, is able to block any port that they like. So I can't imagine that anybody can come up with something that is worldwide and unblockable at all, as long as you're using IP protocol. And if you're not using IP protocol, the rest of the world can't see it anyway, right? So it's kind of a catch-22. I don't see that there's any difference for China.
And
if that makes any sense, Ed.
The whole thing just can become frustrating because as more of a layman user, I mean, I got my little bit of tidbits that I know about, but it's when you just everything you try runs into these roadblocks, it just gets frustrating. And when Google deliberately makes changes that makes things more difficult for us to do, it's just frustrating. Is that your breathing therapy there?
Part of it, yeah.
Rodney?
Yeah. You got to blow up a balloon once an hour.
So how are you doing with all that? Are you less pain in the chest and stuff now from the surgery and all that?
Yes, unless I'm choking on coffee.
Yeah, I would imagine that would.
Then there's a lot of pain.
I would imagine that would be brutal in more than one way.
Someone
Someone
choking on coffee and lacking a pillow.
yeah. I'd left my pillow in the living room.
Oh no.
So I'm sitting here and I grab my coffee cup and I take a drink of coffee and I'm just like sitting here like this. Why? I was just sitting there. I was just and the coffee was touching my lips and stuff. And I guess maybe it just because it felt good. But anyway, I took a drink and apparently I did it at the same time that I breathed in. So I started choking.
I hate when that happens.
And the ideal of the pillow, somebody mentioned earlier when I took a small break, I love that pillow. Well, yes, I love that pillow because when I put pressure on that pillow, if I cough or sneeze, I don't feel anything because I'm putting compression on the sternum.
Yep.
It's split apart in half.
Yep.
And that's the whole reason for the pillow. And I'm supposed to use the pillow when I get up so I don't use my hands because I live in this tube right now, is what they call the tube.
Yep.
I can't lift my elbows outwards, like straight out to the side or anything because it stresses the sternum. And as long as it's, it's healing there, and until it gets strong enough to where it won't break again, that's why you live in that tube.
Now, so they don't wire it together anymore? Then?
Well, no, they do wire it.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah, and that's part of what's holding it together. And then it's going to grow back.
How long does it take for the bone to?
I'm not sure, and I didn't really think to ask. Now I go back on Wednesday to see my doctor, the surgeon, and he's either going to release me or not release me. And I think if I remember, I'll ask him then. Well, because I know for the next 3 months I can't live more than 10 pounds.
So it's probably along that line of time frame.
Yeah, probably.
So the physical therapy with the walking and what else are they having you doing? So obviously they're not having you doing any kind of breast muscle.
No.
Yeah.
And I'll be going to what they call cardiac. What would they call it? It's kind of like therapy, where I'll be walking on treadmills. They'll have me hooked up to a heart monitor and a blood pressure cuff, and I'll get on the treadmill and I'll walk. And I hate treadmills. I just hate them. I'd rather get out and walk in real time than on a treadmill. But
Sure.
Well, it's boring.
Well, yeah.
And then they'll just sit there and they'll monitor me. And as I'm walking, they'll take my blood pressure and stuff. And they, of course, the EKG monitor on me. They'll tell them if anything starts happening with my heart or anything. But right now I'm not feeling the pain is actually zero. When the nurse asked me yesterday what the pain level was, I told her, well, 0 to 1. If I cough, it's a 1. If I don't cough, it's 0. And
wow.
The scar though is itching. It itches.
Oh, that's a good thing though.
Well, it is. Yes, it is. But it's driving me nuts.
Well,
making me snappy, as you found out.
you can what helps? I found with my leg, because I had if you picture your tibia, your shin bone, on each side at about a 45-degree angle from ankle to knee. That's what I had. And when that started healing and itching, they told me to rub it rather than scratch it. And I thought, well,
and that's what I've been doing is I've been rubbing on it.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Hey, Jay, you have a good day. brother.
See ya, Jay.
Thank you for being here. Mason Keyser. Yes, it is kind of like a stress test, but that's not what they're calling it. I can't remember the term. The cardiac rehab is what they call it. Cardiac rehab. So, but anyway, you guys have a great day. Thanks for being in the chat. So, but overall, I have done exceptionally well. That's what the nurses keep telling me, is that they've never seen anybody recover as quickly as I have.
Well, it's determination. My orthopedic surgeon, I was doing therapy 3 times a week with my leg after I broke my leg, and they had to literally rebuild the knee joint on the tibia side of the joint, the bottom side. It's literally a bunch of pieces of bone and glue and some plates and screws holding it together. And he told me that what he would like to see is 90 degrees rotation so that I could sit at a chair in a normal manner and not have to have my legs sticking out in front of me, right?
Right.
It would bend both knees at 90 degrees so I could sit. He said he would be extremely happy if I could get that much rotation. And when I showed him 125 degrees rotation 3 months later, he about fell off his chair.
Cool.
He said that he would have bet that I would never get that much rotation. It hurts to push it that far. And your normal rotation, like if you still have the ability to squat down and sit on your heels, basically, with your heels touching your buns,
yeah,
that's like 175 degrees rotation or something. Okay.
Wow.
And because 180 would be all the way around, right?
Right.
So it's like 170 or 75 degrees, whatever the number is, I don't know. But the most I think I ever got was about 140 degrees. And he was just flabbergasted. He couldn't believe that I got that much rotation. But it's how much do you work at it? How bad do you want to get healed up? How much is in you to make it happen? Yeah. And if you just sit around and go, oh, woe is me, I had a quad, blah, 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 you're not going to heal very fast. You got to participate. So
I've done pretty much everything, that I've been told to do. Now that I'm not feeling any pain, it is really getting difficult not to spread my wings, you might say.
Well, you know what? Your body will let you know. I mean, the doctors have guidelines. The therapists have guidelines. Your body is what's going to tell you. If you feel like doing this with your arms, then do it. If you do this 3 times and think, maybe I shouldn't have done that, well, then quit doing it. Your body will tell you.
Yeah. Well,
your body, it'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm afraid to do it because if I do it and I break the sternum, that means I have to go back under the knife, and
you're not going to break your sternum doing that.
Yeah.
If you do no stress, just your arms, the weight of your arms, and keep in mind you're using your neck and shoulder muscles and stuff to move rather than your pectoral and breast.
Yeah.
As long as you do that, you can move your arms around a little bit. Just listen to your body. Your body will tell you what it needs.
Yeah. Well, I do move my arms around a bit, and I'm just not. Well, here. See, I'm not feeling anything.
You
If
need
my
to sit
wife
inside that tube, though, right?
Huh?
Yeah, you better be glad you're not watching, Rodney.
You're already doing it one-handed at a time, holding a coffee cup. So
actually, I do. I've got my elbow at the side. So when you're stationed on the ship, you learn how to do that because that helps steady the rocking motion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to drop your whiskey bottle.
Yeah, then your body tells you to call the ambulance.
Yeah. 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 So stop just short of there, Rodney. You don't want to go there.
So, and my shoulders have been hurting lately too because of, I guess, I don't know, just the stress of trying to stand up without using my arms.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think the 25th, they'll probably tell me I I can quit living in the tube, but just be careful. But we'll see.
Well, I hope that everything goes well on your appointment.
No, I think it will. I mean, like I said, I've been pretty much sticking to the rules and stuff. And, you know, I'm not going to say I haven't moved my arms out. There has been a couple of times, but it hasn't been too bad. But I've pretty much been sticking to the rules. So, and to be honest with you, when I first went into this thing, I'm just thinking, man, I'm going to be laid up in this hospital for months at a time. And because
no.
in the 60s and 70s, and Mel, you'll remember this. If you had open heart surgery, you were in the hospital for 3 to 4 months.
If you survived it.
If you survived.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, you were in the hospital for 3 or 4 months or 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
They were hauling you out in a bag, or they were putting you in a room, you know, one or the other.
And then so
But nowadays it's so complacent. I'm surprised that they haven't figured out a way to do that with scopes and tubes instead of having to actually cut your chest open.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know, even the Monday morning before the surgery, I had the surgery on Thursday, the 27th of February. So that Monday before that, they did a catheterization. Well, all the catheterizations I've ever had, they've gone up through the groin.
Yep.
Well, not anymore. They go through your wrist.
Now they can go through your wrist. Yeah.
They went through my wrist and they gave me a local, and I could feel the tubes moving around, and I was watching the monitor, and they, you know, the doctor was saying, oh, there's a blockage and there's a blockage. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die. You know, I had one vein that was like 100% blocked, or artery.
Yeah.
And the cardiologist, I mean, he must have been in there for 5 minutes, and he pulled everything out. And he says, yeah, you're going to need a bypass surgery.
Yep.
And he explained to me, and I can't remember. He had all these technical names for each of the arteries, but
sure. And that procedure room that you were in when you had that cath done, that's what I used to deliver that equipment. That's one of the things I used to take.
I sure love to have that big screen TV they had.
Man, I tell you what, now well, not now because I don't do it anymore, but when I quit doing it, we were delivering 3 60 or 70 inch digital TVs. So because everything's digital now.
Yeah.
But that system, especially if it's a biplane cath lab, jam packs, and I mean jam packs full of 53-foot trailer when it's in boxes and crates. And,
I bet.
And it's pretty much an all day delivery to unbox, uncrate, and put all that stuff in the room where it's going to live.
So when you delivered that, did you actually do the unloading of the truck and the unboxing and stuff?
Yep. In fact, we not the little boxes, you know, the small boxes like this. I didn't unpack, you know, a box like that.
Right.
But the big crates, the big stuff that required machines to move it, like pallet jacks, forklifts, you know, jacks and rollers, whatever. I uncrated and unboxed all of that stuff and hauled away all that garbage when I was done.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I would actually put the equipment in the procedure room where it was gonna be. I mean, the installers would get there in the morning, usually about the same time I would get there, and I would give them the plans. I would always have a set of drawings. Every room has a set of drawings for the final blueprint of the floor plan for all the equipment where it's going to sit. And I would get those first and get them to the installers, because they would unroll them and lay them out on the floor and measure them from the walls and get their distances and positions right, tape them down, and then they would drill spot holes in the tile on the floor. And that would show me where I had to park each machine.
Right.
So yeah, I actually placed it according to the blueprints. It was kind of fun, a lot of work, but kind of interesting.
I imagine so. It kept you busy and employed.
Yeah. And now I can barely walk because of it.
Well,
You wouldn't think that, 25 years of pushing around 4,000-pound machines would really be that big of a deal. But I tell you what, it gets to you after a while.
You load 16 tons, and what do you get?
Another
day
day.
older and deeper in debt.
So St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go.
I owe my soul to the company store.
I'm going to sign you guys. That's all there is to it.
I owe my soul.
We call that road hard and put up wet, Mel.
What's that?
He said they call it road hard and put up wet.
Brad's got a 3D printer too. Jeez.
I know.
Everybody's
they're
got a
prolific.
3D printer except for me.
Well, why don't you?
I don't have one either.
You know what? You know what I seen an advertisement for just a day or so ago.
What's that?
Was a laser engraver. Those things have come way down in price.
Oh,
They're
really?
like $100 for a laser engraver head now. That's amazing.
Yeah, you can get the whole thing for like under $200 with the gantry and everything, and it's like,
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. I didn't know that.
That's cool. Well, the other day when I was doing with that testing for the church, Dennis made me one of these, but he used a green, what do you call it, Dennis? The material,
Filament, a green filament.
green filament. And when I was doing my testing, I was sitting at my computer. It was the first test I did just to see if I could get to Facebook and YouTube at the same time from StreamYards, which works really well, by the way. I kept seeing a little dot, little square in the lower left corner of my screen, and I couldn't figure out what in the world was going on. And later on, I turned around, I looked around, and it was made of green filament, and it was acting like a green screen.
yeah.
So I'm like, wow.
Yep.
But yeah, I want to get a 3D printer. I mean, seeing some of the stuff that Dennis has been making, ukuleles, cars.
Did I show my ukulele design?
Have you seen that design, Mel?
Yeah. Yeah.
This one. I don't think you saw this one, Mel.
Oh, no, I didn't see that one.
This is my own design. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can tell, but that neck bowed because it was printed in two pieces. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I need to figure out some way to print this. This is way over my 250 millimeters that I can go. I need to figure out some way because I don't want to make it smaller.
What's the overall length of the neck?
I'll give it to you in inches.
Well, millimeters is fine.
I think it's 270 if I remember.
Oh, well, what if I told you I had a 400 and a 300
I would
platform?
believe you. This is actually 10 3/4 inches approximately, which I think is about 270.
So,
Yeah,
Dennis, you think it's bowed because of the tension on the strings?
Yeah.
Well, the tension on the string is what
Oh, okay.
So-
forces it. But you see
Dennis,
this?
I can tell you how to cure that.
See that? Sorry, I'm completely uncoordinated.
How
see
are you?
that line right there?
Yeah.
And then also these screws here and these screws here. Those screws are holding a little. It's not a dowel rod, but think of a dowel rod that's going through the middle of this, and that's the purpose behind that is to keep it from bowing,
Right.
but it's not working. So how do I cure it now?
print a new neck, and you can print it in pieces just like you had to, unless you can print it diagonal and get it to fit.
No, I could print it diagonally and get it to fit, but the problem is that I would have support, and that support would mess up these frets.
You can't print it on its side or on its back and get good clean frets with. If you print the neck,
It's hard to see, but you see what's happening here?
Yeah.
This goes down about that far. It goes down almost to the bottom of the ukulele here.
Okay.
So I would have that much support if I printed it this way. If I print it this way,
that would give you clean frets, though.
it would.
And
I will look into it and see how many. I bet that would turn into a 3-day job.
Print it with 2 lineal 1/4-inch holes, the whole length.
Yeah.
And then put steel rods through it. And that
but it's still going to bow.
Not with steel rods through it.
Because I need some sort of gap, even if it's minute, to let that steel rod through. And my wife's trying to call. But
yeah, in the center of the fret bar.
Yeah.
A hole, the whole length of the fret bar.
Yeah, I actually have that.
And you put 2 steel rods through there, and it won't bow. It can't.
No, they're right about that.
They only use 1
pounds.
They only use 1 steel bar in the fret neck of a guitar to keep it from bowing. But they actually use a steel rod in the fret neck, in the neck of the guitar to keep it from bowing.
Interesting. I want to pursue this, but I got to call my wife. Folks,
all right, Dennis.
Great. Thanks so much for allowing me on here. Had a great time.
You have a good one, Dennis. Talk to you later, buddy.
Bye.
Bye, Dennis.
And yeah, 100% infill would be a bad thing, Brad. You don't want 100% infill ever, because that gives you no rigidity for strength.
I'm still trying to master the 2D printer, so I think I'll give 3D a miss.
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call the stream.
Yeah.
I gotta
gonna call it a stream, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a stream, or call it a day. How about that?
Well, don't call it a day. It ain't over yet.
Anyway,
Take it easy, Rodney.
I'm going to be going out to the church today, and I'll be getting on a live stream. It'll be on the church's video YouTube page. But if you guys look for it, you can just search M-Bag Church 1, and I would appreciate, if you happen to see the link or something, then I would appreciate, getting your feedback on how well it turned out and stuff. And then Sunday we're going to be doing our service live, and of course there's going to be nobody there at the church, just me, the pastor, our sound guy, and our musicians. So, which pastor is one of those. But anyway, so
have fun with that. Thank you for letting me come in for a little bit.
You're welcome, Mel. Like I said, you're always welcome.
We'll let you go here so you can get wrapped up.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
Peter, see y'all later. Everybody in chat, see you later.
So, Ed, you have a good day, brother.
You do the same.
I'll certainly try. You too, Peter.
Yep.
Talk to you guys later.
Bye, Ed. Bye, Rodney. Thanks for having me on.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Always. All right, everybody in the chat. You all have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the show. It's a little short today, but I've got some things to do before I head out to the church to do testing. You all have a great day, and I'll talk to you next week or sometime during the week. Bye now.